Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Bhadram Karnebhi Shrunuyama Devaha Bhadram Pashe Makshabhiryajatraha Sthirairangai Stuštuvagam Sastanubhihi Veshema Devahitayadayuhu स्वस्ति न इंद्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ. Yeah. Dear devotees, I had shared with most of you the soft copy of the Prashna Upanishad. If you wish, you can refer that book or any other book which is on Prashna Upanishad. If you keep yourself, it will be nice, because otherwise when I keep saying, sometimes it can go above the head. Now, Kabandi, one of the disciples among the 6 disciples who came to learn something from the Guru Pipila, he asked a question. What is that? The origination of the creation of the beings. That is Srushti Rahasya. How all these beings got originated. For an example, if you say Darwin theory, we have got a particular way. Similarly, science, physics, biology, every knowledge branch, they have got their own philosophies. They have got their own theories how this life got originated. For an example, roughly, from zoology point of view, biology point of view, if you say, oh, earlier it was amoeba, it was a single cellular organisms, then slowly multicellular organisms came from amoeba to human being. There's a gradual evolution, we say. So the same idea or the same question was lingered in Rishi's minds thousands of years before. Many times, Westerners, they accuse about India, Indian philosophy, or Advaita Vedanta, or they only speak about God and consciousness, that's all. Or religious and spirituality. They are not bothered about anything else. Swami Vivekananda elsewhere he says, I don't agree that Indians are passive, they are ever active. Now, when we read these Upanishads, we understand how they also discussed. They try to study the origin of creation or the secret behind the origin of beings. Tasmai sahovacha prajakamo vai prajapatihi satapotapyata satapastaptva sa mitunam utpadyate rahincha pranancha iti eto me bahuda prajaha karishyati iti. So the people started answering for the question. Tasmai, to him, to Kabandi, saha uvacha, sa uvacha. People started saying, what is that? Prajakamo vai prajapatihi. Who is Prajapati? Already we have discussed in the previous class. The Chaturmukha Brahma, or Hiranyagarbha, or Prajapati, the God creator. He desired. Why? Prajakamaha. He desired to create beings. Then Satapo Atapyata. He meditated. He performed tapas means what? He meditated. Satapastaptva. After meditating, in the meditation, what did he get? He got the Vedic knowledge. He got the knowledge of the earlier creation based on the Vedas. Sa mitunam utpadyate. Because this Prajapati, it is a post. In his previous life, he did a long penance and meditation, desiring to become a Prajapati. I would like to become Prime Minister, so I work. So similarly, a person wanted to become Prajapati, he did a lot of penance, meditation, studies, and good actions. And as a result, he has become Prajapati. He meditated and he knew how the world happened, creation happened based on the Vedas. In the previous cycle, in the previous creation, he attained that knowledge. Based on that knowledge, he started the creation. Mitunam utpadyate. He started creating everything in the pair. What are those pair, or what is this pair? Rayincha pranancha iti. The pair he created, Mithuna means pair. So pair is what? One is Rayi, the other is Prana. Yeto me bahuda prajaha karishyati iti. From this pair, multitude of beings or multi-beings will be created, he said. He ordered, he said. Now, here we have to understand the whole. Before getting into this, I would like to give a broad outlook because it is a bit technical, as I said in my previous class. So few things you have to make a notes and you have to keep them in very perfectly, because till the end of the first chapter, you have to understand this. Now, Rayi and Prana. Rayi and Prana. Okay. Now this Rayi and Prana, you have to understand here. What is this Rayi and what is this Prana? Rai, Rai means moon. Rai is also called moon, Soma or moon. Then food. Then eaten. The moon, food, eaten. Bhojya are eaten. Okay. Then prana is also known as or called as fire, Agni, fire. Then Aditya, sun. Then Atta, that is eater or consumer. So you have to keep this because we will be using these words often. That's the reason I'm telling you again. Rai is also known as moon or Soma. In the Upanishad, they use the word Soma or moon, English equivalent. Then food. Anna, they say. Anna means here not rice. Anna means here food. And the other is Bhojya, that is eaten, consumed. Okay. Now prana. Prana is Agni, fire, Aditya, sun, and Atta is eaten or consumer. Okay. Now, I explained previous time, there are 4 stages of creation which has been spoken here. One is Mithuna Srushti, the pair, the creation of pair, which is Rai and Prana. Then afterwards, Kala Srushti, manifestation of time principle or manifestation of time. Then the third is Anna Srushti, that is creation of food. Then Praja Srushti. Praja Srushti means creation of beings. Okay, this also you have to understand. And one more thing I want to tell you is, at macro level, the visible universe is called Rai or the moon. At macro level, it is called as Rai or the moon. And at macro level, Amurta Prapancha, that is invisible universe, is called Prana or sun. At macro level, the visible universe is called as Rai or moon. Or still, if you want me to say in a layman's language, this is called matter actually. Matter. And at the macro level, the invisible universe is called Prana or the sun. So what do we mean by visible universe and an invisible universe? Means visible universe is nothing but grass, and invisible universe means here it is subtle. Okay, so macro level over, at micro level now. At individual level, that means at micro level, the grass is called bhojya or consumed. And at the subtle level, it is called bhokta or consumer. And symbolic level, one is Chandra, the other is Surya. So when you're hearing, what is this, Swamiji? We came to listen Upanishads, you are telling so much, and it is becoming too difficult, too technical. You may say, yes, you may have to hold on with me. For some patients, the first chapter is a bit technical. From second chapter onwards, it will be easy. But just I've given the overall picture now. Now, Now he said, Rai and Prana has been created, and from Rai and Prana, the multitude of beings or Vivida Jivas will be created, has been told. Okay. Now, what is this prana? If you ask, that is the energy. And the Rai means what? It is the more or less grass matter. So keep this in the mind. Then we will go to the little more, what do you say? Little more deep now. Now, Ishvara, that is the universal causal body, Ishvara. Universal causal body, Ishvara created Hiranyagarbha, which we know that is called Prajapati, is the universal Sukshma Sharira, universal subtle body. Okay. Now that Hiranyagarbha, he did meditation, he got the knowledge of the earlier creation. Based on the Vedic knowledge, he started creation. Now we all know that. He created Prana and Rai. This Prana refers to symbolically, it is means Prana means here we should take it as an energy, and Rai means it is matter. Okay, or Prana means it is subtle, and Rai means it is gross. Now, the fundamental principle here is from subtle, grass is coming. From subtle, grass is emerged. What is this? How to understand? Even today, science, it is accepting the condensed form of energy is what matter, and the subtle form of matter is what energy. When you condense energy, it becomes matter. And the subtle part of matter is what energy. That is what we see. Okay, after this prana and rai, energy and matter, then the next creation, Kala Srushti, they speak of Samvatsara. Samvatsara means year. 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, we speak year. And there in Samvatsara, we know it divided into two halves. One is Uttarayana, other one is Dakshinayana. Uttarayana means the sun traveling in the northern direction. Southern direction and Dakshinayana means it is the sun traveling in the southern direction. Okay. And its Samvatsara has been again, what do you say, broken into or divided into masa, months. We all know that 12 months. Okay. And these 12 months, every month is constitutes of two pakshas. One is Krishna Paksha and Shukla Paksha, 15 days each. That is full moon day to no moon day. Amavasya to Purnima. So Amavasya to Purnima is called Shukla Paksha, and Purnima to Amavasya is called Krishna Paksha. Okay. From this, then Pakshas has been further divided into day and night. And this day and night also, from this, when the pairs get mate each other, then through the food and energy and the semen or whatever, we get beings. This is what the creation has been explained in the first chapter. So Brahma meditated, energy and matter. From energy, matter came. Okay, from matter, the time and space came into existence. From time and space, slowly the evolution happened. From that evolution, the beings came into existence. So Prana, Rai, Samvatsara, Ayana, that is Uttarayana, Dakshinayana, then Masa, Paksha, then Dinaratri, Anna, Virya, Praja. This is what the creation process has been given in this chapter. Okay. After explaining 1 or 2 slokas, then I will refer to Panchagni Vidya. Then the whole chart, the whole idea why they are talking like this, you'll be able to understand. Now we shall go to the next sloka. Adityo havai pranaha Raireva Chandrama Rairva Yetat Sarvam Yan Murtam cha Amurtam cha Tasmat Murtireva Raihi. Now, everything is what prana only has been told in the fifth shloka. Now, Aditya Havo Pranaha. Aditya, sun, we are saying that. Aditya is prana actually. The prana is Aditya, Aditya is prana. Means the prana is what? Surya. Aditya means here sun or Surya. So who is Aditya and who is Rai is explained in the fifth sloka, in the fifth verse. So who is a prana? Because prana and Rai has been created, we told. Who is prana if you ask? Prana is nothing but none other than Surya, sun. Then what about Rai? Rai Reva Chandrama. Who is Rai? Rai is none other than Chandrama. That is the moon. Now, we should not confuse for the moon which we see here. Yetat sarvam yan murtam cha amurtam cha. So whatever is visible and whatever is subtle, everything is tasmat murtireva raihi. So everything has been created by these two things. Now, prana is, it is subtle energy, and rai is what? Grass, that is what? Moon here. Okay. Now, matter and energy, as already told, the subtle form of matter is what? Energy, and the condensed form of energy is matter. Today, science is also accepting the same principle in a figurative way, in a symbolic way. They are telling that all energy is what? Surya, all matter is what? Chandra, and there is no essential difference between both of them. I will give a simple example, water and the ice. When the water is liquid state and the ice is what? Solid state. When the water condenses, then it becomes ice. When ice melts weights, it becomes water. So the same thing has been told here. But in a philosophical language or in a symbolical or in a figurative language has been told. Tasmat murtireva raihi. Means whatever is seen, visible, everything is what? Food, or everything is what? Rai. So basically they are telling Rai and Prana, they are essentially same. Grass and subtle, there is only a difference in manifestation level, but both are one and the same. Now, in the sixth shloka, everything is prana only they are trying to tell. Aditya udayati yat prachim disham pravishati tena prachyan pranan rashmishu sannidatte yad dakshinam yat pratichim yad udichim yad adaha yad urdvam yadantara dishaha yad sarvam prakashayati tena sarvan pranan rashmishu sannidatte. Now, whoever we are all in Europe and especially Ireland, we know the importance of the sun. I mean, everyone knows, but we are well aware. Why? Because 3-4 months, hardly we see sun. And because of that, sometimes like December, January, February, winter season, many people feel depressed and stressful. Why? Because gloomy days. One is cold. Apart from that, the sunlight is very less, the daylight is very less. And not only that, we hardly see sun. Because of that, we get some problems, especially Asians. When we are staying here, we all take vitamin D tablets and some vitamins and other supplements we take. Means we need some energy. Whereas if there is a sunny day, yesterday we had a very beautiful sunny day and today morning here also. When I went for a walk, quite a few Irish people were saying, "Oh, Swami, so sunny day, so beautiful day, isn't it?" So they were all relinquishing that it is a sunny day, it is a beautiful day. Means the sun is giving light. Not only that, sun is giving energy for us. Sun is giving nourishment for us. And we all know that when we are children, we have studied how the plants prepare their photosynthesis, the food process, by using the sunlight. So the same thing has been told here. The whole world has been nourished. Here, whole world means our Earth planet is been nourished by the sun god. How? When the sun rises, he rises in the east, we all know that. Though it is a figurative usage, sun never rises and sets, we know that. When sun rises in the east side people, east side beings, they get nourishment. And in the west, they get south, north, above, below. Every nook and corner, the people, whoever is living, everyone gets energy, everyone gets light, everyone gets nourishment from the sun. So sun is the root cause of all our energy. That has been told in the sixth verse, that which we know already. So Surya's glory has been discussed in the sixth chapter. And interestingly, if you see in the Ramayana, when Rama wanted to kill Ravana, he wanted some special powers. Sage Agastya comes. Agastya, he comes and he gives Aditya Rudayam. Aditya Rudayam is a stotra, is a hymn which praises the Lord Sun, Sun Lord. So he says, you, what do you say? You chant this and give the Surya Argya so that you will get special powers by which you can slay, you can kill demon called Ravana. So in many traditional houses, traditional people, every day morning, it takes 5 to 10 minutes. So they chant Aditya Rudayam so that they can be intelligent and they get a lot of energy, they get a lot of positivity, all these things. So here, and we all know that sun bath we go for, and in Reiki, for example, Reiki and this pranic healing and all, they try to get the power from the sun, and that has been transmitted. The power, whoever does Reiki and the healing, pranic healing and all, they are playing with the energy. That energy is we get from the, what you say, from the sun god. The same idea is been told in the sixth sloka in a symbolic language. Atha Aditya Udayati. Atha means here now. Aditya Udayati. When the sun rises, where Prachim, Disham, Pravishati. When he enters eastern direction, means when he rises on the east side, Tena Prachan Prana Rashmishu Sannidatte. Everyone gets bathed, everyone gets energized, whoever is living in the eastern direction. Yet Dakshinam, the same thing from southern direction, people also slowly they get it. Yet Pratichim, yet Ruchim, yet Udichim, means even similarly, west direction, northern direction also. Yet Adaha, even the above people. Yet Urdvam, even below. Yet Antara, in between. Dishaha, yet Sarvam Prakashayati. There is no place where sun never illuminates. Everyone is getting illuminated by the sun. Tena sarvan pranan rashmishu sannidate. So everyone is receiving light and energy from the sun god. Now, if you are closely following my classes and listening to all these lectures, definitely you should get a question. Swamiji, there the disciple asked, how the beings got originated? The origination of the origin of the creation, origin of the beings. Now you are telling about sun and you are telling about Rai and Prana, you told fine. Then whatever you are saying that then Samvatsara, year, day, night, all these things, what is the connection between the creation theory and this? This question should come if we are following sincerely my talk. Now, here is the thing why we need a guru or a teacher. Now, the problem is, most of us, we have not studied Vedas. Purvabhaga, which Samhita portion, Brahmana, Aranyaka, we have not studied, most of us. We are studying Upanishads directly. Now, the 6 disciples who came to study with the Pipila, as we know all that, they were already well learned in the Vedas. So they knew whatever has been discussed in the Vedas. For an example, this is also has been discussed in the Brihadaranyaka and Chandogya Upanishad, especially Chandogya Upanishad, Panchagni Vidya. So the Panchagni Vidya has been told in the nutshell in these slokas actually. But there is no mention here. Who knows this Veda Purvabhaga bit and who have studied other Upanishads, you will be able to link. Otherwise, you will miss the link. Okay, there's a creation theory in the Prashna Upanishad. They say it has been created like Rai and Prana. Rai and Prana is called Aditya and Surya. Aditya and Surya is called food and eaten, and days and years, which we all know that. I don't know what is the creation theory, but that's what the creation theory has been given the Prashna Upanishad. That's how we get concluded. Now, one more point I had mentioned in my first class, if you remember. Mundaka Upanishad, Mandukya Upanishad, and Prashna Upanishad, all 3 belongs to Atharvana Veda. We all know that. And among them, Mundaka Upanishad belongs to mantra portion, And this Prashna Upanishad belongs to, what do you say, Aranyaka portion I had told very clearly. Now, in the Mundaka Upanishad, Karma Pradhana it is actually. Though it is Upanishad, but still there is a Karma Pradhana there. And this Prashna Upanishad is Upasana Pradhana. It is the meditation prominence has been given here actually. But when you study this, you don't get actually. But there is a underlying current, underlying thinking is going on here. Why? Because all the six disciples, they already know the Vedas. If you give a hint, they are able to understand. Because we don't have all that knowledge, we are left with all blankness. Now, what is this Panchagni Vidya? I have to explain. Then you will be able to link all of them. Actually, here the author is telling very clearly the Pipila, Hiranyagarbha himself created Raya and Prana, or Hiranyagarbha himself became Raya and Prana. That's what energy and matter, and from the energy and matter, the whole world has been created. He has told already. Now, actually, he's telling the upasana by which one can reach the Brahman, one can become the realized person, actually. Now, what is this Panchagni Vidya? It is very interesting to note, actually. That we should try to understand here. What is this Panchagni Vidya? I would like to tell. And whoever has studied Bhagavad Gita a bit, they will be also knowing this. Anyhow, now, I will be going in another way now. Now, a person who led an ethical and moral life, but he has desires, and to have a progeny and to have a merrymaking life and to have all the accomplishments, but he was ethical and moral, and he did lot of good works, good actions. Then when he dies, what happens? They say he means his subtle body here, Sukshma Sharira, means to say, he means his physical body is left here, his subtle body, Sukshma Sharira, goes and enters with the Dhuma Adidevata. Dhuma means smoke actually. Here smoke has got an Adidevata. Then Dhuma Adidevata, when he enters, when he travels more, then he gets with the Ratri Adidevata. Ratri means night, we can say. It is not exactly night, not literal translation of night. So Ratri is a technical word, any of Ratri Adidevata. Then when he goes further, travels, then he is taken care with the Krishna Paksha Adidevata. So every presiding deity is there for everything. For Krishna Paksha, there is a presiding deity. That presiding deity takes care of this soul, subtle body, soul or subtle body. Then Dakshina Paksha, Dakshinayana, the Adidevata which is called Dakshinayana has been taken care. From Dakshinayana, he goes to Somaloka or Chandraloka. And in the Somaloka or Chandraloka, he stays in the Apmaya Sharira. Ap means is water. So the subtle body lives in the form of water. Not again, don't take water means our water, which we see in the physical way. In our eyes, we say we should not take in that way. Basically, in the subtle level, in the Jala Tattva, water principle, you should think. In the water principle, he stays. Okay. Now, he stays according to his, like you have got a 10,000 euros. Till finishing 10,000 euros, you can go world tour. Once that is finished, you can't do, then you have to come back. So similarly, he stays for so much time till his Punya Karma is there. Once that is over, then he comes back. How he comes back? Similarly, he comes back and he comes back to the moon actually. So from the moon he enters clouds, through the clouds, through the rain, he enters food actually. In the food, when the animals consume, through male and female body it goes, and when they mate in the form of semen, it goes to the female body and the organism, embryo and all, we know that, all that process we know. So this is what the ascending of the organism, ascending of the living being and descending of the living being is one side. And there are few people who are led a ethical life, moral life, and they leading the life based on the scriptures, but they don't want to come out. They don't want to come back. They want to just merge in the truth and they don't want to come back. So they did a lot of practice celibacy, chastity, tapas, penance and spiritual practices. More or less, they meditated and all, but little sadhana was left over. But they were very pure indeed in their nature. So such people, when they die, what happens? They go to sun actually, or a jwala, they say. Jwala means like fire. It is not a physical fire. It is a technical word is called jwala or fire. Translation is jwala. From fire, they go to Dina. Dina Adidevata, day Adidevata, presiding deity of the day. Then from there, they go to Shukla Paksha. Shukla means white actually, pure white. Shukla Paksha Adidevata. From Shukla Adidevata, they go to Uttarayana Adidevata. From Uttarayana Adidevata, they go to Surya Loka or Brahmaloka. In Brahmaloka, they stay in no time because they are so pure, just in no time, they get mukti, they get realization, they get emancipation. So here Panchagni Vidya means Panchagni, not 5 fires, 5 stages of manifestation actually. So this has been told in detail in the Chandogya Upanishad. Now that has been told in a nutshell form in this Prashna Upanishad now actually. How the soul travels once he dies, based on his karma and his desires, how he travels has been told here. Now, how he comes back has been told more or less in the Prashna Upanishad. Now, if you know this Panchagni Vidya, you will be able to relate all these explanations. Otherwise, it becomes too symbolical, too figurative. That's why we need a teachers and why we need a proper trainer to understand these Upanishads. Even there is a saying that Upanishads, how much ever you know, you might know Mimamsa, means that is the way interpreting, and the logic, Tarka and Sanskrit, Samskrita, grammar, chandas, meter, everything you may know, but still you should not study Upanishads independently, they say. Why? Because you may lose things. Because see, there are so many links in between, you will miss the links. That's where with a adequate teacher, with a proper acharya, one has to study Upanishads, has been told traditional. Anyhow. Now in the 7th shloka, in the 7th verse, cosmic form of or samashti rupa of Surya or Agni has been explained. But now only I think or I doubt whether there is a time, I mean, there is a enough space in your understanding now to take a new, new thing, or you want me to repeat?
Swamiji, just the starting of the Panchagni Vidya for ordinary people when they die. So it starts with, you said that these Panchagni Vidya are with 5 stages, right?
Yeah.
I was trying to count. So Dhuma Adidevata, Ratri Adidevata, Krishna Pakka, Dakshinayan, Somaloka. So uh, as opposed to when it goes for the spiritual being or more advanced souls, it's Jwala, fire, then they go to Dina, Shukla Paksha, Uttara, and Surya Loka, right?
Yes. Yes.
So, Dhuma Adidevata, like as this is Jwala, fire, what is this Dhuma Adidevata?
Smoke.
Smoke, okay. And there they start with the smoke, and their subtle form is Jalatattva.
Yes. And now the question may come, what we get? What do we get? What is the use of knowing this Panchagni Vidya? This Vidya means here, the technical word it is. There are contextually, there are different meanings also. Here, Vidya means it is a meditation technique. So by meditating, one can reach that Adidevata. One can reach that state. One can reach that energy level, and one can get released temporarily from that bondage. Now, how to do this meditation and all these things are a bit difficult. For example, when we get initiation, our gurus gives the step-by-step techniques. What do you do? How you should pray? What mantra you should chant? How you should say it? How you should use your japamala and all. Now, it looks very simple for an outside person. But the same upasana, if you do consistently, as Guru tells, for a long time, there are ample opportunities, ample examples where the people have experienced God, have attained Brahman or attained God, or attained moksha or mukti. So this Panchagni Vidya is also given in the Upanishad as a meditation technique. So this is what important here. One is how the soul here means subtle body, Jivatma, individual soul, how he ascends and how he descends has been told. From the knowledge point of view, we have to take. Apart from that, this is also as told as meditation technique. So if you can meditate all this step by step, your mind rises from gross to the subtle and you will get moksha or mukti. That's why. In my first lecture, in the first class itself, I told Vedas has been divided into 4 parts. One is Samhita, then Brahmana, Aranyaka, then Upanishad. In Samhita, it has been told praising the Lord, praising the gods and goddesses, and giving, oh, please be propitious to us, give progeny, let us have a wealth, let us have a wealth, let us be free from all the obstacles, difficulties, and we will praise winter. Then then Brahmana portion, how to perform sacrifices. So basically action-oriented life. When it comes to Aranyaka, it is always meditation, contemplation. So these things, because they're also part of Aranyaka, this Prashnopanishad, we are able to see a lot of meditation techniques. This also, this whatever I discussed now, till now, pertaining to Prashnopanishad, they are all meditation techniques. One is from knowledge point of view, how the creation happened. Apart from that, these are the meditation techniques which was given earlier. Using that, they used to reach things. Now, for example, in the Taittiriya Upanishad, Anna Brahma Upasana is there. Annam Brahmeti Vejanat. Know that Anna is Brahma, food is Brahma. And they give the description. And earlier they used to meditate on that and they used to realize. And Prana is Brahma. Then Manas is Brahma. Then Ananda is Brahma. Then what is Brahman? We cannot explain. They tell. Taittiriya Upanishad. That is called Prakriyas there. It is all stages, how each stage they used to meditate and they used to go from grass to the subtle and they used to merge in that self or they used to remove that ignorance. So all these things, if you know it, then you'll be able to understand. And also, if you see, the sun is a very important source of our energy. And even today, scientists also say that if sun doesn't exist or sun gets destroyed, then whole our solar system can get destroyed. At least the beings, the life will be get extinct. Without sun, we cannot sustain. So the same thing, because he's the source of energy. He's the source of energy has been told in the Upanishads. Also, we have to understand. So are you ready for the 7th sloka? Can I go ahead? Or you want me to repeat anything?
Oh, it's good. You can go ahead.
Okay. Sa yesha vaishvanaraha vishvarupaha pranaha agnihi udayate tadetad ruchabhyuktam. It is just making a statement. Sa yesha, that which is called prana or surya, his name is called Vaishvanaraha. And Vishwarupaha is another name is what? Vishwarupaha. Pranaha is also called as prana. Agnihi udayate is also known as fire. Tadetat rucha abhyuktam. Oh, people are saying, oh my dear, it is not my statement. It is been told by the rucha abhyuktam. Rucha abhyuktam means it has been told by Ruk. Ruk means what here? Rugveda. See, now here people also, how they were magnanimous in their heart. The Atharvana people are quoting the Rugveda mantra. So they are not jealous of, okay, we belong to Atharvana school. Oh, we are superior to you. So we don't accept Rugveda. No. They are so open-minded. They are so magnanimity they have in their mindset. Though they belong to Atharvana Vedas, they are quoting the Rugveda mantra here. So they are endorsing their argument, endorsing his own idea, thought by giving the Rugvedic mantra. So he's telling that whatever I told till now, that is not by, don't think that it is my own understanding, it is not my mere understanding, it is also been, what you say, stated or confirmed by the Rigveda mantra. Why? Because Rigveda is the oldest Veda, oldest scripture in the world. Okay. What is the Rigveda mantra is saying? Vishwarupam Harinam Jatavedasam Parayanam Jyotirekam Tapantam Sahasrarashmihi Shatada Vartamanaha Pranaha Prajamanam Udatyeshu Suryaha. So the Surya has been glorified in the cosmic form. Now, the cosmic form has been told here. Now let us go into details now. So before going to that, I want to tell 1 or 2 technical points. Now this Agni Tattva, this is the Agni Tattva. It is because which has been told either Agni Tattva or Surya Tattva has been manifested in the three levels or in the three forms, which we should know. Agni Tattva, the fire principle, in the cosmic form, in the cosmic form, in the subtle form, is manifested as what? Sun, actually. The fire principle has been manifested as Surya or Aditya or Sun. Okay. And also, the same fire principle is also has been manifested as a fire, which we see literally in our naked eyes. The grass form, the fire principle is also manifested in the world, in the earth, or in the universe as in the just grass form of fire. And the same fire principle has been manifested in the micro level in our stomach as the digestive power. When we eat, we get digestion. How do we get? Oh, because of the enzymes or because of the acid and all we say. So that is called Vaishvanara. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashita Pranapanna Samayukta Pachamanyam Chaturvidam. So which we all know that who have studied Bhagavad Gita, we know that. So there is a called fire god Vishwanara. So that's a reason Shankaracharya, whoever read, listen to my Sadhana Panchakam lectures, you know that. How should we eat? How should we consume our food? We should consume our food as a medicine. We should consume our food as an offering. We should not consume the food for our taste. It should be, it is also a worship. Because there is a god, fire god called Vaishvanara, I am offering the oblations, offering the havis to him. So my food is what? To nourish, as an offering for the fire god. So that you have to understand. And this Vaishvanara is what? Here it is Samasti Jiva Rupa. Cosmic individual bodies or individual beings is what Vaishvanara. Because the Vaishvanara has been used technically, that's why I'm trying to tell here. Okay. So Vishwarupam. Vishwarupam means here it is the cosmic universal form, that which we all know that. Harinam. Harinam means it is what? Full of rays. Sun has got full of rays, so that rays has been told here, Harinam, that's all. Jata Vedasam. Jata Vedasam means endowed with a light, endowed with the enlightenment. Means the whole world has been brightened lighted by him. Everything is known by him. Means without sun, in the night, for example, we don't know things. We can't know things. Why? Of course, there's a light and all nowadays. Otherwise, we can't know things actually. Why? Because there is no sun. So everything is known with the help of the sun god actually. So that is when we called here Jata Vedasam. Jata Vedasam. Everything is known by him. So then Parayanam. Parayanam is an interesting word or beautiful word. Which is a Parayanam means Para-ayanam. Para-ayanam means which is the best place. We all say that, oh, I'm going to, for example, I'm traveling, I'm going to tour for a particular place. We Google, which is the best place to stay. One is it should be economical, and which is the safe and secure and best place to stay. We all keep thinking. So this Parayanam means what? It is the best place to stay. Jyotirekam, and it is only one and in the form of light. And Tapantam. Tapantam means it also creates lot of heat. It bakes, it creates heat. Then Sahasra Rashmihi. The rays of the sun has got a Sahasra, 1,000 it seems, not 1 or 2 or 3, it has got 1,000. Means basically it is in every direction. Shatada Vartamanaha. Shatada Vartamanaha, that exists in 100 forms, multitudes, means many beings, Prana, and that is known as Pranaha. That is the source of life, source of energy. Prajana, it is the source of creature. Pranaha Prajana means it is the source of creature, source of life, source of beings. Udayati Yesha Surya. So when it rises, we use the word, we call it by name called sun. So basically, sun has been praised here because it is the source of creation. Now, how this the pairs which we were discussing about the pairs has been told in the what do you say in the ninth shloka. It needs a little more what you say explanation. So definitely I'll be taking in the next class. And if you got any questions, I'll be happy to answer. ॐ भद्रं कर्णैः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैः सुष्ठुवागंसस्तनूभिः विषेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्ददातु Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So here one more message for all of us is, one is we have to be active, no doubt, and we should be ethical and we should be moral, and all our action should be knowledge oriented, knowledge based. That's the one thing. And afterwards it tell the necessity of ethics, morality, celibacy, all these things, why it is we get in a next slokas. So how we have to lead the right life, ethical conduct, moral conduct, we all speak, that in a subtle form has been told here. So how one should lead a life has been told here, and how one can meditate and reach the God, reach the higher worlds has been told here in a subtle form. Second thing, while explaining, and also the source of creation, the origin of creation also has been told. So the three things we can be understand by this in a subtle form. Yeah. It's a bit technical, I understand, but you have to bear with me. Few more slokas are there like this. Afterwards, you will be free, and the head boggling will be reduced, I mean to say, if at all, if you feel so.
Pranam Swamiji, I have a question.
Mm.
According to this Panchagni Vidya, this theory,
Mm.
there are two paths that you mentioned. There are two paths that a person can take depending on what kind of life he has led and so on, right?
Mm.
And you said that Vidya means also meditation.
Yes.
So a person can meditate like this, and so, but uh, can, for example, if a person wants to go to Brahmaloka,
Mm.
he needs to lead a particular type of life while he's still here, right?
Yes.
But is it possible that he doesn't lead that life, but he uses one of these meditation techniques and, as we see in popular serials, summons the Devata and he can take, but because it is a little bit contradictory.
No.
So,
That's why I always say TNC apply. TNC apply in the for applications, it will be always in small letters. And we take it for granted. Yes, I have read the terms and conditions. We tick and we sign actually.
yeah,
So TNC apply, terms and conditions apply.
yeah.
For example, I lead a immoral life,
Mhm,
but at the same time, I am meditating on the Shukla Paksha.
mhm.
Or I'm meditating on the Dina, for an example, which I told. I am meditating on the Surya. I'm meditating on the Jwala and Dina, then Uttarayana, Shukla Paksha, then Brahmaloka, or Surya, or whatever. I'm meditating on that, but at the same time, I didn't lead a moral life, proper life. I didn't lead a disciplined life. So can I go to Brahmaloka? No. So there are very clear terms and conditions apply. So moral life, ethical life is a common for both paths. Okay, now I want to go to Brahmaloka next life we will try. I will go to Chandraloka this time, so I can lead a free life. If you think no, so ethical and moral life there is no option for you. I'm the same. So that is a base must, no doubt. But afterwards, what you want based on you want. If you want materialistic oriented life more, you want materialistic comforts more and more, then you are going to Chandraloka. No, you want spiritual wealth more and more. If you are spiritual wealth oriented person, then accordingly, based on your sadhana, you'll be able to go to Brahmaloka.
And in the Chandraloka, it is Aap Tattva, right?
Yeah.
Aap Mahesh. And in what about in the Brahmaloka?
Yeah, that's a good question. Even I also didn't think when I was explaining only this question. I also came. Let me think and tell you.
Okay,
I don't
Swamiji.
remember. At least I don't remember. In Chandraloka, I know that it is in Apmaya there in the Jalatattva. they live in subtle form, I have heard, but in what form they stay, I don't know exactly. I have to see. I will refer scriptures and I'll come back.
Okay, Swamiji.
Mm.
Thank you.
Pranam Swamiji. I have
Mhm.
one query actually. This going to Chandraloka and everything. You mentioned that the person needs to lead a pious life and everything. But what if a person does lot of wrong karmas? Actually, what
Mhm.
kind of path he goes through actually, and will there be a situation where he of course through karmic things, I mean due to law of karma, there he'll realize, I'm not sure whether he'll realize, but he will reap in the results actually. But is there any explanation on how his gross or subtle body travels through whenever he did all the wrong karmic deeds and everything?
Yeah. So one is grass body never travels anywhere.
Yeah.
So when he dies, he or she dies, or when it dies, animal dies, it is left here only. Okay. It becomes the part and parcel of the nature. Your grass body won't settle. Then you have done a lot of bad action. Then what happens? Then there are two things. One is they say you go to the lower worlds and where you get punished, or you stay in the more grosser form. That's the one explanation is being given. Other explanation is given is you take the life of animals. I'm very careful about this because there are a lot of people who are the lover of animals. That means, oh, if something is born as animal, then is it inferior? How nonsense, all these things. So it is, I'm not very judgmental. I'm very careful about this, but still, that's what they say, that like human life is the best life, no doubt. And if you have done a lot of wrong actions, there are the chances of taking a lower manifested lives like any beasts or animals, reptiles, mammals. The second thing. So all these are percentage on Gahana Karmanogati. As Krishna himself says, it is very complex to discuss about this karma theory. So based on your amount of good action and bad action and intensities you have created, sometimes you might be born as human being and you might have to face a lot of problems, obstacles, challenges, losses, unnecessary criticisms. Why do we get all these things? Because of our bad actions created in this life or in the previous lives. Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's why I always say karma theory is not the fatalistic theory. Unfortunately, we have boiled down to karma theory as a karma doctrine as a fatalistic theory. No. In fatalistic theory, we have been converted or reduced. Karma theory is the science of infinite possibilities.
Okay.
Swami tells very clearly, whatever I am, Swamiji means Swami Vivekananda, whatever I am today, that is the result of my past actions. And whatever I am doing, that will create my future, that will decide my future. That means what? The karma theory or karma doctrine is the science of infinite possibilities. So whether can I be happy at all times, can I be suffering at all times, it is in my hands based on my actions. Actions means not only physical actions, mental actions, thinking, attitude, emotions. All these things are also part and parcel of that action, karma theory.
Thank you so much.
Mm.
Pranam Maharaji, Rajarshi here.
Mhm.
So I had one question. Like in physics, we study energy as something which has the ability to do work. So
Mhm.
here in Upanishadic terms, how is energy defined? Like I'm looking that the word prana is used to refer to energy. Can it also be called as Shakti, or is it that like how do you define energy?
Question. Yeah. Are the broad spectrum, I'm oversimplifying it. I'm oversimplifying it at the broad spectrum. I can say that consciousness, energy, matter. Consciousness is appearing as energy and energy is appearing as matter. Our consciousness is appearing as energy and matter. But the gradation, if a step-by-step gradation, consciousness, energy, and the matter.
So energy is the dynamic aspect of consciousness, something of that.
Dynamic, yeah, that's what Tantra says.
Uh,
Tantra philosophy says, but Vedanta doesn't say that. It says that it is you can't separate the Shakti actually from the Brahman actually. It is the power of Brahman, you can say. So it is a power.
Okay. And the second question is that I understood that the importance of sun, like why Aditya has been used here, and like But I wanted to understand why this sun moon symbolism was used by the teacher.
There's a lot of, lot of theories are there behind this, and a lot of discussions has happened in the Vedas, and also even in the, what you say, Gurya Sutras. Gurya Sutras or Dharma Sutras, they have been discussed. Now, if you see Surya, Chandra, and Agni, these are the three important important components of the creation according to our Vedic seers. Without these three, the creation cannot sustain, according to them. Even say when we give Pitrudevata, Shraddha, Tarpana, we keep actually three balls actually. For the father, grandfather and great grandfather, we say that is true. And for that, Adidevatas are there. All these three Adidevatas are named as these three people. So because the whole creation is from them, according to them, these three: Surya, Chandra, and Agni. Now you understand Surya why. Now Chandra why? Because it is a very subtle and very bit figurative usage. For example, when there is a fire, or otherwise, I will give a simple example. When there is a light, there should be dark also, the other side. Then it gets completed. When there is a day and there is night also, which gets completed. And with the Surya burning power and cooling power is called Chandra, say for example. Again, I'm oversimplifying it, which is a lot of philosophical usages are there here, but I am not going to that. So when there's a burning power, there it needs a cooling power also. The cooling power is represented as Chandra here. And in other context, the Chandra is also said as presiding deity of the mind actually. Now, whatever we think, everything is through our mind only. You build a worship. You know, AI we are discussing about today and all. Now, a lot of discussions are happening whether from AI, whether our jobs are in stake or whatever. But that AI has been created by human beings. How? Because for someone, some idea got it. He thought from the mind, isn't it? So the mind, the presiding deity of the mind is what Chandra. That's where it is very important. And apart from that, even so, gravitational force. Now, Earth is in its orbit and it is able to revolve around the sun in its own orbit. Why? We all know that is because of gravitational force. We have been pulled and pushed by different planets. That's how we have been. Earth is in that particular axis, isn't it? Because of the gravitational force. And its gravitational force is directly linked with the moon. And that has been very clearly, you can observe, full moon day and new moon day, the waves in the sea gets disturbed or turbulent. Why? Because of the gravitational force. And why it has been disturbed or why there is a ups and downs? Because of the moon's, manifestation. And also there is a saying that if someone is behaving very badly, people say, oh, is it new moon day or full moon day? Because our mind is linked with the moon so much.
And also probably because moon reflects the light of sun. So moon doesn't have the light of its own. So it's like consciousness and mind. It reflects.
Yeah. Basically, moon has come from sun. Moon is depending on sun there. That's what they say. Grass and subtle they speak of. Yeah. So when I say moon, again, we should not get confused with the moon which we see, physical moon here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other question?
Maharaj, I have one more question actually, which just struck me through. You hear the main discussion was about Surya, Chandra, Agni actually. And what about other forms like Vayu, Jala, and everything? Is it like derived from them actually, or?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Good night. Divine dreams.